What's good, everybody? Apple Dokkan here, back with another Dokkan battle. Actually, no, it's not a Dokkan battle video. It is a Dragon Ball Z video. Well, as you know right now, Dokkan battle, not really too much going on. There's a couple of units I really don't care about at all who are out right now. But what I do care about is Dragon Ball Z, of course, baby. I mean, we all love Dragon Ball Z. Who doesn't love Dragon Ball Z? We all play Dokkan battle. And what I do love the most is hot takes for Dragon Ball Z. And on the last video, we got some stinky ones. Alright, so we got some stinky, fiery depths of hell hot takes, and hopefully we can get some of those today too, because I just love talking about, I just love hearing people's opinions, even if they're wrong. I still love reading stuff about Dragon Ball. But hey, let's just get right into this. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Let's just go into this immediately. So we got Perfected DNA Cell with our first take. The addition of rock music in the Z movie dubs is just better than the original scores in the sub. I don't know if it's just jangling keys. I don't know what you mean by jangling keys. I guess you mean that I would say, oh, it's just jangling keys just because you love rock music. I'm not gonna say that. Music is subjective at the end of the day. If you do love the rock scores, I can definitely see that, but I do prefer kind of the more, like, a little more laid back scores that the Japanese version of the movies do have. But I do really enjoy, especially like the Deftones on the Goku Super Saiyan scene against Cooler. I love that so much. And then if we're talking about Broly movie has so much rock addition to it. Like every single moment Broly is on the screen, there's like a rock piece playing, which is just very cool. I really like it. Kind of elevates the edginess, the epicness of Broly. But I do sometimes prefer just like the more chill, kind of like eerie OSTs that they do give to that Broly movie. It's kind of cool. It kind of gives you like a different vibe. So it really just depends on what you prefer more when it comes to music. It's just subjective. It's music, right? You can't really say much about music. So yeah, you know what? Not a bad take. Not a bad take from my boy Perfected DNA Cell, by the way. Might be a hot take. Best villain in the series. Easy. And there's a villain take. Oh god, it's Vector. Alright, well, I can already see Tao here. I can already see the Tao profile picture. Vector's talking about top 3 villain in Dragon Ball. Oh, favorite villain. Okay, I can't say much about that. If you love Tao, if he's on top 3 for you as like your favorite villain, then sure, go off. Second most impactful villain on Goku's character. I'ma be real. We did already see this take. Swagkage sent this in the group chat, and we were like, what are you saying, brother? Like, yeah, Tao is cool. He is impactful to Goku's character. It's the first time Goku actually acts as a hero, right? Because of what Tao does to Upa and like Upa's dad. I forgot Upa's dad name, I'm sorry. I don't know, man. I mean, are we really putting him above Saiyan Saga Vegeta or like Namek Frieza? Bro, I will be so real. Even Buu and Cell had more impact on Goku as a character than what Tao did. Because with Buu, you had like the whole thing, let's leave it to the younger generation. Let's see how they do. I will become a mentor to them. And that's what... And that's kind of like, you can say that's not really Buu having too much of an impact, but it is, because he's doing that against Buu. If Buu is not there, that's not happening. Same thing with Cell, just the whole thing, the fight versus Cell, Gohan fighting Cell as well, Goku watching that fight happen and understanding how he's wrong about Gohan and stuff like that. It's very good. And then you've got Frieza, who teaches Goku that not everyone can be saved, like not everyone can be talked to, or something like that. And then you've got Vegeta, who I would say is the most impactful out of all of them, because it kind of like gets Goku going into like his Saiyan lineage, into all of that stuff, proving to Vegeta that hard work is gonna beat talent. I would say that all of those are more impactful on Goku as a character than Tao, but that's not to say that Tao is not impactful. Tao, being the first villain where Goku actually has to take on that hero role for his friends, does make him impactful, but I will probably take all of these villains, when it comes to their impact, over Tao. But Tao is still up there. Like, Tao is still very impactful to Goku's character. Robin Dale is very gay. This coming from Abu, by the way. Bro, Abu hopped into the group chat, and the first thing that he said one day was like, oh my god, this other guy I talked to, he sent me a voicemail. Oh my god, I love him so much. Please, can you stop projecting in Pride Month? Genuinely just felt like a pity transformation so that Goku wasn't the only one to get a new form during the final arc of Dragon Ball Super. I mean, I don't really have to say much about this. That's how it felt. They were like, oh, Goku got this new form. Ah, god damn it. Well, Vegeta fans are not gonna be happy about this, so let's just give him another form as well. I will say though, transformation, the whole sequence, like Vegeta wanting to be better and everything, and then thinking of Bulma, thinking of Kaba, who's like his new student. It's really cool stuff. It's really cool stuff. I really like how this form, like, came to, but it does feel like it's something that they only gave to Vegeta just because UI side existed. Single summons is where the real fun. I really don't want to talk about Dokkan. I'm sorry. If you want to do single summons, then go for it, man. I don't want to talk about Dokkan right now. The only issue people really should have with Super Saiyan Blue is its introduction. If they give Super Saiyan God a little more screen time before revealing it, maybe in the Goku Black arc, I think it would be much better. No transformation really feels unnecessary to me, except maybe Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. I do agree with Gia here, or Gia, I always forget how to say your name, I'm sorry. I do agree with this. I have, like, Super Saiyan Blue has grown on me so much. A lot of people call Super Saiyan 3 as well, like, unnecessary or like an ass pull, but I think it was very necessary as a form. To show that Goku was holding back versus Vegeta, to give the kids, like, Goten and Trunks, like, an actual goal of a form for them to achieve, and then they do with Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. I think it's very cool. Even Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, I wouldn't really say it's unnecessary, but it's definitely down there. It's definitely down there, but I do agree with this. If Super Saiyan Blue was kind of built up to more, because the thing is, Super Saiyan God was built up to, like, you just get Beerus talking about this prophecy of someone, of like this rival that's gonna come in and actually make him fight to like his full power, which... full power. Beerus was using like 2% or whatever after in hindsight, but still, like, it was built up very good. The whole ritual was very good, and then you go to the other movie and then Goku comes in and he's like, oh yeah, I got this new form now. So yeah, that's cool. So yeah, F Super Saiyan God, we got Super Saiyan Blue now. So yeah, I get it. I love the Hope of the Universe speech. This is the English dub Goku speech. A lot of people say that this kind of jump started the Goku and Superman similarities. I love the speech as well. I think it's cool. I mean, I don't really care about the Superman similarity stuff or whatever, right? I don't care. I think the whole thing is very good. I don't think it really makes him look like Superman too much, to be honest, because at the end of the day, Goku, we see his heroism. We see it since, like, his fighting Tao, right? So it's not like Goku is not a hero. He doesn't refer to himself as such too much. He does say as well, I'm no hero of justice or whatever that is. But at the end of the day, Goku's actions are heroic. He is a hero. Even if he himself says that he's not, he still is a hero. Toriyama ending on Cell Saga would have been a huge L for the series. Thank goodness it didn't. The Buu Saga brought so much to the series, like Daima, for example. The Lore of the Majin, Kai's, and Demon Realm is so good. I do agree. All of these is very, very cool. I mean, if he did end it on Cell Saga, we wouldn't get Daima. I mean, we wouldn't get Dragon Ball Super, I guess, which for a lot of people would probably be like a W, I guess. But I still like Dragon Ball Super. Just seeing Dragon Ball being back is just very cool stuff. But yeah, we wouldn't get Daima. We wouldn't get Majin stuff, like the Supreme Kais, which is all fun stuff. We wouldn't get Fusion at all, right? Like, I am glad that Toriyama kept on going with the Buu Saga, and this is true that for the series itself, I feel like it would be an L, because the series would not be as popular as it is. It would still be very popular, but it wouldn't be as popular as it is because Buu Saga has so much of the hype moments for Dragon Ball. It's got Majin Vegeta, it's got Final Explosion, Vegito, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, the, like, Universal Spirit Bomb or whatever. I don't think it's a universal, it's like the Super Spirit Bomb. But yeah, you get what I mean. Like, so much of the hype moments for Dragon Ball are in the Buu Saga. That made the series even more popular, to where at the point Toei wanted to give it a sequel, and now we've got like Daima, a lot of stuff. Buu Saga did do a lot of good for the series, so not having Buu Saga would be a huge negative for the series. Goku vs. Jr. is the best written fight in all of Dragon Ball, just ever so slightly above Goku versus Frieza. I don't think this is like anything too crazy to say. I feel like Gohan versus Cell, just the whole thing as well, because that whole fight is theme versus theme, like ideal, Gohan's ideal versus like Cell's evil, which I would say is probably the best written fight in the series. But if you do want to say Goku versus Jr., like choreographically and everything like that, then yeah, sure, it's up there. I do think that Goku versus Frieza and Gohan versus Cell are better written fights than Goku versus Jr. That when it comes to like themes, to how much the characters learn from each other, Goku and Vegeta needed more sex scenes. I do agree with this wholeheartedly, easily, bro. Please, come on, man. Like, Dragon Ball Super Super, I need on every single end of an episode after the ending, I need like a 30-second scene of just Goku butt fucking Vegeta. Imagine Vegeta was a bitch. Sounded like an absolute man-child whenever he talked, which people gas up for some reason. That's kind of the point with Majin Vegeta. Him being evil again, which a lot of people really like. Look, a lot of people love edgy stuff, and yeah, you do say that he's kind of like a man-child or whatever. It's mostly just him being mad at himself for being like so domesticated, because in his mind, he still is the Prince of Saiyans, right? He feels like he's slowly losing his Saiyan-like heritage or whatever by staying more and more on Earth. And he, like, thought is always at the back of his mind, and the fact that he always will be one step below Goku, because he saw how much Goku had trained, right? And he is mad that Goku is always a step above him. And that's the thing with Majin Vegeta. Babidi sees that and then just absolutely multiplies by 50. And that's why Vegeta is so mad and so evil all the time. And the fact that he kind of let Babidi do it to him himself, like he could have just not let Babidi do it. It kind of adds more to it, to Vegeta's pride and wanting to be stronger than Goku. And then he learns from it and then literally just sacrifices himself for Earth and kind of like redeems himself for everything that he did. I do like Majin Vegeta. I would probably say that yes, he was a bitch, but I don't think he's uncool. Or like, I don't think the whole thing was just random or whatever. It makes sense for Vegeta to start acting like that, right? Especially Babidi's magic making him extra evil. You're what's wrong with the Dragon Ball fandom. You're a Hoyo gooner. Abu is gay. Minitos is old and crusty. Truth is the same but 99 years old. And Giga is a bum. Well, man, hey, you got L on your name for a reason. Alright, I do got two of them. There's two L's in my name, but they cancel out, so it becomes a positive. LP for a reason, buddy. LP for a reason. True on Truth, though. 100%. Yeah, Truth is 99 years old and a gooner, bro. And Abu is gay. I'll give you those two. I'll give you those two. But you stay away from Minito's Flash. So I'm mandatory. It's mandatory for me to always protect Giga because he's basically drawn my profile picture on YouTube. So Vegeta is ass. His whole character is a crybaby with short man syndrome. Bottom 3 character. Good lord. Do I even need to say, like, this is just bait. This is just bait. Vegeta has like some of the best character development in the series, bro. I don't know, like hating on Vegeta as a character, I don't know, man. It's kind of a red flag. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of a crazy red flag. Oh my god, Abu is likely gay. Oh, hey, Swag. Okay, so this is who Abu was talking about. This is Swag Kage's second account, by the way. This is where he talks about Dokkan or like Dragon Ball, like anything not Naruto related. And this is who Abu meant by Robindale is gay up here. Where's Abu? Yeah, there you go. Robindale is very gay. So I guess, oh yeah, Abu saw this first and then he tried to buy it back. Yeah, Abu, you don't got it like that, bro. I think Cell should avoid okay, no. We are not reading that shit, bro. Super Saiyan 3 Goku is the sexiest transformation in the whole series. I was gonna say Kaioken, but y'all are gonna say, oh my god, Kaioken is a technique. I was gonna say UI Sign, but you were gonna say, oh my god, UI Sign is a technique. I'm just gonna say Super Saiyan Namek Goku. He's easily the sexiest transformation in the whole series. Way sexier than Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And you know, I'm not gonna lie, Super Saiyan Blue sexier. Super Saiyan Blue sexier. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I would just go away from this. Oh, we already had this take with Halvard on the last hot take video. I'm not gonna stay on this too much. If we're talking about movies only without the manga, then yes, Z Broly I would say is the more enjoyable character. Although Super Broly has not had time in the manga still to actually kind of like develop and everything like that. We see a little bit of the fight, a little bit of like him training with the gang, and then you see him fight Gohan, you see him fight Goten and Trunks. Very cool stuff. I feel like Super Broly needs a little more, just a little more, and he will be like way better than Z Broly. I mean, if you do like his backstory and everything on the Super Broly movie and you have him over Z Broly, sure, I love both of these Brolys. If you have any of them over the other one, I'm completely fine with it. Alright, let's do a couple more here, and we're gonna go to quotes. A Super Saiyan God is the best form to come out of Super. I will disagree. I will say that manga, if we take manga into consideration, Super Saiyan Blue is the better form, and then you've got UI Sign as well in the anime and in the manga, who I do think are better than Super Saiyan God. The thing with Super Saiyan God is, even in the anime, it just didn't get utilized anywhere near enough as it should have been utilized. In the manga, you do see it pop up a couple more times. Then in the manga, you've got the Moro arc for Super Saiyan Blue, you've got the Granola arc, you've got those two arcs I think make Super Saiyan Blue look very, very cool. It's a very cool form and I really, really like it. I do like Goku as well, Zetsu. That is a pretty big hot take, honestly, because the community keeps saying that he's a shit father for some reason, so I don't think a lot of people like Goku, but yeah, but I do like Goku as well. Alright, let's, this is gonna be the last one right here. God forms are the best forms to ever grace Dragon Ball. I did start glazing Super Saiyan Blue. I will say, I wouldn't say the best of forms, like Super Saiyan 1 is better, Super Saiyan 2 is better, I would say Super Saiyan 4 is better as well. But if you are gonna count like UI Sign and MUI as actual god forms, which I guess you could, then yeah, I agree with this. I agree with this. Let's get to some quotes here immediately. There's not too many of them, so I am gonna do these, and then I'm gonna go back to a couple more replies, and then we're gonna end. But let's see, Kinza right here, OG Dragon Ball. Not even from a hater's perspective, is honestly the most overrated piece of fiction I've seen. This is gonna be a pretty controversial one. Alright. You would think from the number of people talking about it on Twitter, how high they hold it, it would be on the level of modern anime, manga, or slightly under. So, what I really think about OG Dragon Ball, I love OG Dragon Ball. It's very good. Is it overrated? I wouldn't really say so. The only people that really talk about OG Dragon Ball are like very massive OG Dragon Ball fans. And yes, they do go over the board sometimes, calling it, I'm gonna be so real with you guys, Dragon Ball Z clears OG Dragon Ball. It clears it. I'm sorry. Character moments for Goku, character moments for Gohan, Vegeta, Piccolo, clears anything that OG Dragon Ball did. I'm sorry, I said it, bro. Easily, bro. You got Final Atonement. You've got Piccolo's sacrifice for Gohan. You got Goku Super Saiyan. Goku sacrifice. Gohan Super Saiyan 2 transformation. All of these insane character moments. And people have the gall to say OG Dragon Ball is better than Z. I'm sorry, but you are just wrong. OG Dragon Ball is very good. Z clears it. And honestly, that's a good thing. I would not want the sequel to my show to be worse than the prequel. That's a good thing. Alright? I'm not shitting on OG Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Z being better, it's good. It's good for the series itself. That's how it should be, man. We've got, oh my god, yeah, you went crazy here. So, genuinely just the average shonen. I wouldn't really say that. You can't really say the average shonen because OG and like Dragon Ball Z are so influential to shonen right now. You get so many similarities. Of course, it's gonna look like an average shonen because every single one of the average shonens now are just copying off of Dragon Ball or Naruto or Bleach or One Piece. Like, everything now is basically influenced by those 4 animes. So, it's cliche, not fully developed to today's standards. I don't know what the hell you mean with this. That seems like you're just using words there. That's just dumb. Nothing's wrong with being an average shonen, but the standard people hold it to you would think it would be peak fiction. I will say, though, that, like, the massive OG Dragon Ball shooters do overblow how good the show is. They do make it seem like it's the most depthful, the most insanely written show ever. Dragon Ball has its flaws. It definitely has, bro. Like, I will say the start of OG Dragon Ball is probably the most boring part of Dragon Ball, like, in the franchise, excluding, like, Dragon Ball Super stuff. PLF Saga or whatever that was, man. The start of DKP as well. In hindsight to what we get later, I will say that it's probably like the weakest parts of Dragon Ball as a franchise. The fights aren't spectacular. I completely disagree with this. OG Dragon Ball has some of the best fights in the series. Characters for the most part are dull and so are the antagonists. I think this kind of really comes from it mostly focusing on Goku only. You do get fun characters though. Like, I think Bulma is a fun character. Yamcha is a fun character. Tien is a very good character. Yeah, you do say here that Tien is not dull. I will say Jr. is a good character, DKP is a very good character, Roshi to some degree is a very good character as well, Krillin as well is a very good character. You've got a lot of good characters, man. I don't know what you mean here. Arcs are repetitive. Maybe the tournament arcs, which is basically like 3 out of 5. So I kind of get what you mean here, but like even though in the tournament fights, no fight is really the same, right? So I wouldn't say they're repetitive. It's just the setting, I guess, that's repetitive, but that's basically it. Yeah, like back-to-back tournament development arcs, I get it. The fights are completely different. What characters learn are completely different. I wouldn't say that's really repetitive. It's just the setting itself that's kind of repeats. Anything else is just completely different. It just doesn't hit the mark I expected it to hit with the way people on Twitter talk about when I read it for the first time. You were just not watching that slow-paced anime. It just didn't blow me away as I expected it to. That's sad, honestly. I think other than like the Pilaf saga, I think you have like a very good stretch. Like, from DKP to the end of it, I think all of the chapters are above an 8. I don't know, I think it's pretty sad that you didn't like it, but hey, man, at the end of the day, it's subjective. All media is subjective. You're gonna like something, you're not gonna like something. We stayed on that one quite a bit there. But that was a long one, so we had to talk a little bit for that. We should get a much smaller scale arc before getting into the Black Frieza arc when the manga, or if the manga returns. It would be nice to just have something with lower stakes yet still new. And Hybe sucks and is an insult to the concept of a fictional character. A lot of people were like memeing about Hybe's like being fun, like or a funny character. I didn't care about it. The only moment I remember of him is I calling Vegeta short or something, and that's it. And we've had that joke like 75,000 different times in Dragon Ball, so I don't really care about him too much, bro. So you know what? Yeah, you got it, bro. People take not watching stuff so damn seriously anyway. ROF is dog shit. I agree. I do think ROF is dog shit, and I do think that people take not having watched OG Dragon Ball way too seriously sometimes. Like, that's like the main thing, which I guess Deku is talking about here. Why do you care what someone else has watched? Specifically, Namek Super Saiyan Goku is the best iteration of any Super Saiyan form period. Easy. Like and retweet right there. Easy stuff. So, we got Bardock Fan right here. Tien is the top 5 villain in the franchise. Okay, I'm taking Cell over him. I'm taking Super Saiyan, I mean not Super Saiyan, Saiyan Saga Vegeta over him. Frieza, I'm taking over him. Moro, I'm taking over him. I could be taking DKP over him as well. I really like Tien though. Nah, but there's Buhan. There's Bootanks. Nah, I'm sorry. I can't. Nah, I can't have him on top 5. I can't have him on top 5. Top 10, you got it. Top 10, you got it. Not top 5 though. I'm sorry, I can't. Super Saiyan Blue Evolution is one of the best forms in Dragon Ball. Alright, it represents a large part of Vegeta's development. Him no longer trying to one-up Goku by doing everything he does. I feel like this is more Ultra Ego, and it's not like it's a completely new form, because it's just an evolution of the blue form, which Goku is gonna get at some point. I think this is Ultra Ego. If you said Ultra Ego here at the start, and then said all of this, easily. Not Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, though, because, like, Goku just gets the form later. So, like, it's not really... But, yeah, I mean, I get what you mean. I get what you mean with, like, his development and everything, like, no longer trying to one-up Goku and everything like that. But that, I feel like that kind of fits Ultra Ego more than Super Saiyan Blue Evolution does, right? Because on Ultra Ego, Vegeta is like, oh, alright, you got Ultra Instinct? I bet. You know what? I'm gonna get something else completely. Ultra Ego is like, I think is way better. I think that the Moro arc is on the only super material at the same level tier as OG or Z. Yeah, easily. I think Moro arc for me is a top 3 arc in the whole franchise. Very good. Goku's character wasn't ruined in Dragon Ball Super. BS Goku spiraling, discarding the Potara for an easy win against Kid Buu, so he could test his strength, choosing to not kill Kid Buu the first time even though he said he could. I don't think this was about Kid Buu though, was it? This was about Fat Buu. My theory for this is the afterlife effed with Goku's head. Hey yo, imagine Goku was like, hey man, look, at the end of the day, we can just bring ourselves back with a Dragon Ball. So who cares? Let's just play a little bit. Let's play with this guy a little bit, you know? I get what you mean though, but I feel like Dragon Ball Super really dumbed down Goku a little more than they should have, right? Especially in the Future Saga. Oh my god. He forgot he had the Zeno button. He forgot the seal. It was so bad, bro. It was so bad. I'm sorry, but I think... And they kind of just regressed on all of the things that he had learned. Like, the superhero movie had him not know what meditation was, when that was his, like, one of the main forms of training that he went through in Kami's palace. Yeah, man. Dragon Ball Super did some very bad damage to him. As great as Toriyama is, there are so many things he could have done better. Yeah, easily. I mean, look, no one's perfect. I think the Buu Saga could have been done way better, because a lot of that arc is just hype moments and aura. A lot of that arc is that, and the writing on some of it is so bad. Like, Vegeta does this amazing final atonement, finally redeeming himself, like, ending his character development, his character journey. And oh, would you look at that? It did nothing, and then he's back again. So yeah, you could have done, like, better stuff. I think some of the Cell Saga moments could have been better because some of the characters were very dumb in the Cell Saga as well. But it's not too bad though. I do think that Dragon Ball is like a top 5 series, but definitely not perfect. Definitely not perfect. Super Saiyan Blue should have been introduced in Future Saga. They brought up this transformation so early, just made Super Saiyan God an introduction to God Ki, just pissed me off and looks ass. I agree. I think, bro, just imagine Goku unlocks Super Saiyan Blue when Goku Black makes him mad as hell and tells him that he killed Chi-Chi and Goten. Like, he's in God there, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna fucking kill you! And then he goes crazy and goes Super Saiyan Blue. That would have been so much more better than them just getting it, like, randomly in a movie, bro. That would have been so much more better. Fusions are overrated. I really don't want to go into fusion discussions, man. If you think they're overrated, go for it. I think that the fusions are really cool. The fights that they take part in are very cool as well. A very good showing of how broken fusions are. I don't know. I mean, I would probably say they're overrated. Maybe. I don't know. I don't really care too much, though. I don't agree with this. No. Hell no. Namek Goku absolutely destroys both of the god forms. Cooler should have hired more people into his empire so that joblessness wouldn't be a problem anymore, especially for certain people on Twitter.com, myself included. I mean, I don't think Cooler would really take people from Twitter to actually join his army, man. That would be so real with you. Like, if he did, he would have to actually start doing executions every single day, man. I'm not gonna lie. Your kids miss you. It's been 2 months and you haven't returned my calls. Brother, I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are, bro. Leave me alone. I have no kids. I have no kids. Alright, you know what? Let's make this the last one here. I don't know if I've said this already, but Moro is the best villain in the entire franchise, both canon and non-canon. If you want to believe this, go for it. As I've said, Moro is one of my favorite villains. The arc itself is a top 3 arc in the series for me. If you want to have Moro as the best villain in the series, go for it. I'll probably agree. Like, I wouldn't really disagree with it. I'll be like, oh, you got it. Good. Nice opinion. W opinion. Alright, anyway, thank you guys for watching. Definitely let me know what you think of these takes, and maybe just go down there and leave some of your own takes on the YouTube comments right there. Just start having fights with each other or whatever you guys do best. Leave a like and subscribe to support the channel, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.